Hello. It's been a while since I've been on here for a live video, and let's see if I can get situated while people get on. Okay. Man, the entire UI has changed. So if you are on, please say hello in the chat. It doesn't tell me who's on, so unless you want to be super mysterious, but it's been a while since I've been on live, so I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. I've been wanting to be on here for a really long time now. It's just been hard picking what kind of video to do, and I just figured, what, screw it. I'm just gonna do a live video. Hey, Infamous Writer, what's up? Hey, Ralph. So cool to see you guys on here. This is super casual. I just finished doing a interview for this channel about, well, not about, but it's with a software engineer who works at Google. Oh, and I should ask, is my sound okay? Do I need to increase it? Can you hear me? Let me know. But yeah, so I just finished an interview and I figured that I might as well just go live because it's been so long. But it's a pretty cool interview. I'm really excited to post it. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, guys, for letting me know. Hey, Tay Oracle. I always like that, Tay. Tay. Cool. So yeah, that's going to be posted next week. I just got to add some of the fancy stuff, but it's with the guy who's been at Google for a while, and he helps other people or even newbies prepare for the code test that they do at Google. And he actually helped someone who wanted to work at Google, but he didn't get the job, but he got a job at Amazon. And for one, it sounds like the preparation is just the same. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to put in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to ramble and you guys can ask me questions. Just want this to be a back and forth thing. Just super excited to be here. This won't be long, but it has been a while since I've been on here. So one of the biggest reasons why I haven't been on in a while is because I've been really focusing on my career, trying to get a better idea of where I wanted to move next. I know many of you have followed my journey. If you have from the beginning, let me know. It's always interesting to see who is familiar with me starting coding boot camp and changing careers. And if you're doing the same thing, congrats. It's hard, but totally worth it. But I've been getting really deep into UX or user experience. If you haven't known already, I am not coding, but I do still like to talk about it because learning how to code got me to where I am today. And I just accepted a new position as a UX consultant. And I start on Monday. Super stoked, going up to Richmond, Virginia, and for a couple of days, and then I start in a Charlotte office. So super stoked for that new adventure. The Xbox Bro says, what type of microphone you have? I have a Blue Yeti. I don't know why I had to look because I've had this thing for so long. It's pretty affordable. I believe I got it for $90 at Best Buy. They have a higher end version, but the sound quality is pretty good. A lot of podcasters use it who are starting out, and the quality is just fine for the price. Excuse me. Tate Oracle says, if you could go back, would you do a boot camp or a self-teach? That's a good question. I know hands down I would do the boot camp again, but that's just my personality. And I talk about that in my videos, just if you are really good at sitting down every day to study, if you're good at fighting through the struggles of not knowing something, and maybe even have a community or support group, maybe meetup group or mentor who can help you when you get stuck on problems, that's amazing. But for me, when I get stuck on something, I just say, screw it on to the next, and I don't really get to learn it. So having a class to go to every single day, having a teacher, having classmates to do homework with, to ask questions, bounce ideas off of, being able to raise my hand and say, I legit do not know what you're talking about. Can you start over? Can you repeat what you said? Or can you dumb this down to a fifth grade level without any judgment? So that was really the biggest benefit of a coding boot camp, is being able to speak to people in real time, in real life, and get that extra attention and help. So I definitely would do a coding boot camp again. Um, Although I'm not coding, but in the interviews that I went through recently, everyone thought it was so great that I actually have knowledge of it. Um, I still use a little bit of it when I do some client work, like client websites, and have to do some customization the back end. But for most part, I don't really use it. Besides, if I ever have to communicate with developers on my team or for a project or something, it does come in handy. But I think that if you are conflicted, whether you want to get into user experience, um, or like UX design or like front end development, if you're not sure if you want to do like one or the other, just pick one and just start there, because you will quickly figure out what's the best path for you. And they are like, I mean, they're not exactly in alignment, but I've seen many people switch from front end development to UX designer and then vice versa. So don't feel like you have to be pigeonholed by the coding boot camp that you're in. I know I totally rambled. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Jason. Jason. Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you forever. I'm doing well. I accepted a new position and I start on Monday. So it's super exciting. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Gosh, it's so cool to see all my coders on here. Awesome, awesome. Any UX designers in the house? UX researchers or anything? Or anyone learning UX? Black Knight Coding says, great to see you're back. It's been a minute. I know, it's been so long. It's been a while, but I'm excited to be back. You guys are making me more excited to be back, because I've been brainstorming videos to put on here, and it's hard. Like once you stop making videos, it's hard to get back into it. So seeing all you guys on makes me super, super excited. If you just joining, I previously shared that I just finished an interview with a software engineer from Google, and he helps, I guess, kind of like tutors, like he mentors. That's a good word. He mentors uh, people who want to work at Google. It doesn't matter your level. It doesn't matter if you're in coding boot camp or you're self-taught, or versus you like doing software engineering for 5 years. Like he helps prepare people for the challenging code interviews that Google has, and even helps people get into companies like Amazon. So it's kind of like a similar playing ground in that respect. Also, guys, let your questions come my way. Life questions, like, I mean, if it's really personal, obviously I'm not going to answer, but if you have a question, I'd love to hear them. Video requests, like that would be super helpful too. Let's see. Jason says, glad to hear about your new position. My app development company failed, didn't get enough interest. I'm not ideally placed. I'm regrouping and reconfiguring things. LOL. Yeah, I've had many like online business ideas. I know some of you guys who've been following me for, gosh, it's been a while though, maybe the past year. I posted some videos about blogging and just other ways to make money online. And I have made like a few hundred here and there doing that. And maybe if I put like 100% into it, but some of those ideas like failed. Some of them worked, some of them didn't work. Some of them worked and I just wasn't interested in it anymore. But yeah, like having interest is huge. That's like one of the big things I learned. I got into like Kindle publishing and like making books. Amazon, I kind of learned like certain things would fly depending on the interest. Then I realized it's all about helping people, which kind of brought me back to like why I do YouTube videos. It's not for the money, it's not for like the fame, because I really don't want that kind of attention, but it's to help people and to like be a part of this awesome community. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that your company failed. That's really hard, especially once you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and all your time and energy. Um, but I hope that you are regrouping and handling all that, like that defeat well, because it's a learning experience, even though it does suck. Like, let's get real, like it sucks, but um, on to the next, right? Like, take it as learning experience. I'm sure you know. You're really smart, Jason. Let's see, Black Knight. Oh no, I already read that one. Rena Marie, hey girl, what's up? She says learning web development, and I want to learn UX UI as well. Cool. How are you learning, Rena? You say any tips for self-taught devs? I have a friend named Dylan Israel. He is a YouTuber. He is way bigger than me and way more dedicated to his channel. Not that I'm not dedicated, but he like puts out videos very, very, very frequently. He's self-taught. He used Free Code Camp, and I believe he still stands by Free Code Camp. You should check out his channel. I'll type his name down here so you can just like search him. But he's a fantastic developer. I think he's been doing it for 2 years now. Maybe going on 3. But yeah, you should check out Dylan's channel. He does great tutorials. But yeah, I guess because he's self-taught, I'm from a coding boot camp, so I used, what did I use? It's been so long. I used Treehouse, Team Treehouse, and I can't really remember. Guys, like I haven't coded in a while. But yeah, I really like Team Treehouse, but Dylan really liked Free Code Camp because not only is it free, but you actually work on projects and you can use that for your portfolio. So that's how he got started. And he's purely self-taught. I think he quit college. He quit studying computer science, and then then he like became self-taught, and then he got a really cool job, and then he decided to go back to school to finish his computer science degree, and then he realized like how behind that university was. Like they just aren't up to the same level, if that's the right word to say, but just like they're just really behind in technology. And so he just like stopped because he realized he was better off like teaching himself. So that's nothing's wrong with being self-taught. But yeah, any like people wanting tips on being a self-taught developer, go to Dylan's channel. He's a good friend of mine. So yeah. I'm really behind on these comments. Let's see. Black Knight Coding says, that's awesome. Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, etc. all have the same type of interview style, data structures, and algorithms. Yes, that's something he talked about. We talked about it in this interview. So I spoke to, his name is Derek, the software engineer from Google. And he was just, man, I can't remember the process. It's a long process because I was like, one of the questions I asked was, what's the process for mentoring someone and preparing them? And I know one of the things he said was to work on focus on a language, like getting really good at one language. He suggests Python as being like really good, Python or Ruby, and not to be stressed about, oh, like what does Google or what does Apple prefer me to know? But because ultimately you end up learning a different language even after you're hired, and you just have to, gosh, this is hard, guys. I can't talk about coding stuff. I'm sorry. Like, can we talk about UX stuff? Like, I'm not going to fake knowing, but I'm going to post this video next week for all my coders out there to help you. So, I know I do talk about coding stuff, but that's why I have interviews, because I don't do it, but I want to help people because that's what my channel is about. And I did start coding. So sorry, that was like a failed attempt to explain, but keep your eyes open for that video next week. I'm going to keep posting on Sundays. I know this is Saturday, but I just felt really good today, so posted it today, or doing this live today. Jason says it's hard trying to make it work on your own, as you well know. I'm sure I'm tempted to put things on pause and go work for someone else for a bit. Yes, Jason, that's what I'm doing. I'm really excited to work for someone else. And it's funny because I was dying to not work for someone else. And then once reality hits, and you do learn a lot from being your own boss and trying new things and seeing things fail. And it's kind of like once you go to the interview process and you get that offer letter, it feels good that you have that knowledge and you can just apply it and apply to your new job and not have to worry about where's the money going to come from, like is all this work and effort going to be worth it? Like is this time, like am I studying the right things? And you're going to be by yourself. And so I'm super excited for my new job because I will be on a team, a large team. I think they told me 23, 24 people for this team. It's a IT consulting company. So I'll have like multiple projects. And so I like the idea of working on a team to like learn from other people, bounce ideas off of each other. Also, obviously, like not stress about the client like paying me because that's been an issue before when I have my web design business and other things. Like, are they actually going to pay me? Like, they're a little bit behind on their payments. Or like once you get a client, oh, where's that money going to come again in the future? So um, it's very nice to work for someone else. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. More questions. I know I'm behind, guys. Let's see. Ian Heat says, thanks to your videos, I went to TTS and graduated in December. Yay! That's awesome. One of the best moves I've made. Ian, tell me, what are you doing? What are you up to right now? Are you still job hunting? I feel like most people get a job after coding boot camp between 3 to 4 months. And also, like, are you really helping? Like, are you getting help from TTS? Like, are you reaching out to them and asking for the connection? Are you using their job board? Because TTS has great, and sorry for those who don't know what TTS is. TTS is Tech Talent South. It's a coding boot camp, mostly in the Southeast area. I think they go as far as Texas, but they might be launching a campus in Arizona. I can't remember. But at Tech Talent South, I find that one of the great things about coding boot camps is that they can help you find a job. You just have to be assertive and you have to like know what you want. And it's not really like they're gonna like tell you, oh, there's an opening here, but it's just they will connect you to other people, which is most important because people like to hire people they already know or someone like through someone they trust. So definitely take advantage of that. Let's see if Ian said anything else. Ian said, exactly. I went back into the job market after chasing so many unpaid invoices. Yeah, man. See, like, this is something I tell people when they're like, oh, why aren't you like still pursuing like your business? And it's like, okay, first of all, I can still do my own business like on the side. Yeah. Second of all, it's much harder. Like, it's much harder to get clients and stuff than you realize. Like good clients. Okay. So since I've had my web design business since I left Tech Talent South, since I got out of coding bootcamp, I've had my own web design business and I had clients on and off. So when was that? I guess I graduated 2016. Does that sound right, guys? So 3 years. I've had my own business for 3 years. And my first and biggest and like most awesome project was with a horrible client. And so you work with a lot of like, even though I got a lot of clients, many of them weren't good clients. And I've gotten to the point where someone will recommend me and I do, the free like 30-minute consultation, which it seriously is free. But once I get to know them during that call, I'm like, ugh, red flag, red flag, red flag. It's like not worth the money to work with someone if you get red flags because that means like you have to chase those invoices like what Ian said is, and it's just stressful and like the whole reason why we're doing this is because we enjoy this type of work. And so to have to worry about money and have to worry about the clients, it just makes you forget why you're doing it. So nothing's wrong with going back to job market. Nothing's wrong with like eventually leaving to to go back to pursuing your business. Like once you build it up more, maybe have like a bigger team, maybe like what Jason said, like creating some type of app or software that has more interests and then like going off on your own. Like, yeah, why not? That's not my game plan per se. Like I plan on being where I'm at for a while. I'm actually really excited about not stressing about like growing my side business while having a full-time job and actually enjoying my weekends. I'm really excited about that. Like focusing on being the best I can be for this one company and like seeing what it's like to actually go up the ladder. So that's what I'm really stoked about. Seeing what real people do. Like there's not that it's like unambitious, but like people who really focus on like friends, family, and stuff, chasing the hustle, like Gary Vee stuff. If you guys watch Gary Vee, I used to be all about hustling and like I can't talk about Gary Vee without cussing, and I don't cuss on my channel. But yeah, let's not quote Gary Vee. But I think it's cool many of you guys understand how it's tough. Like it's tough running your own business. And it's so glamorized these days. I keep getting those Facebook ads or like, um, tired of sitting at your 9 to 5 when you could be traveling around the world and working. And it's just kind of like, okay, first of all, you need enough money to travel around the world to work and do your own thing. And then you have to like think about the taxes too after that. So like people who say, oh yeah, I work for myself and I make 6 figures. Okay, like how much money are you taking out for taxes? Like how much money are you putting into your business for the product and for like the labor, like the extra help and things like that. Like it's so glamorized. Not that there's anything wrong with it, not that it's not possible. It's just I feel like it's very misleading. And I tried to do that. And so that's just my experience. And that's why I've gone back to working for a company, but I'm really excited because it's a really cool work environment. Man, it's been so neat seeing everyone on. I figured it's Saturday night. You guys would be out partying or going out to dinner, but maybe you guys are on the West Coast. I think it's what, like 4 o'clock? Okay, I got to go back up. Where are we? So we're talking to Ian about. Oh, okay. So Ian graduated. Okay, Kay Cordius Technology said, "Where you been? It's been a while. I miss you." Hey, I miss all y'all too. That's why I have this big grin on my face. I can't believe there's so many of you guys on here. Like I keep saying that. So many of you guys on here on a Saturday night. Maybe that's I don't know. Maybe all you guys are busy coding and designing stuff. I just picked a good time. Because I mean, clearly I'm not going out either. Black Knight Coding says, "Yay, Treehouse, LOL." That's where my profile picture comes from. Oh, way cool. Yeah, Treehouse is awesome. Really high quality. I found out that one of the educators on there, the one who does Swift, actually, one that teaches Swift, actually lives in my city, which is pretty cool. Have a little local famous person from Treehouse. Let's see. Jason says, I still use Udemy myself. Yeah, Udemy's good. Ian says, anybody have any experiences with hacker rank interviews? Oh my gosh, I actually talked about that in the interview today. That's going to be posted next week. I just have to do a tiny bit of editing and get that thumbnail. And I'm going to schedule it for Sunday because I'm trying to get my videos back on Sunday again. And honestly, I don't really prefer Sundays, but I feel like my channel has been doing Sundays for a long time that I need to keep doing Sundays. So, excuse me. So yeah, anyone who's interested in coding or like coding interviews or preparation for interviews, I have an interview coming out with someone from Google, software engineer from Google, and he actually gives his contact info if you want to reach out to him for more info. I did notice that, Kristen, funnily enough. Jason says, yeah, stable monthly salary and not having to mess around with spreadsheets and accounts for one thing. Yeah. Oh shoot. Louisa Graves says, always get a third up front, a third midway, and a third before handing over your job. Yeah, so that's what I do. And it seems like if they, even if, I guess how to say it, like in my experience, the reason why I like recognize red flags, I won't mess with people, even if they like give me that first installment, is because sometimes they give you that first installment and then they drag out the entire project. And then maybe they'll give you the second one and then they won't give you the last one. So even though I hold on to that, it's just I'll hold on to their website or whatever I'm doing for them if they don't finish paying me. But it's just a pain when I could be working with someone who isn't as stingy and who isn't being as sketchy. So I totally agree with you about doing the 3 installments because that's exactly how I do it. Robert, hey Robert, what's up? I need to check out your channel. Last time we talked, you were going to do a UX channel, and I think I did see you post some videos. So you guys who are doing UX design, check out Robert's channel, Robert Bradford. It's good to see you. Black Knight Coding says, freelancing is very difficult. You become a full-on business owner. You've got to be a salesperson, accounts receivable, architect, developer, all in one. I freelance at work with another company that has clients that pay well and still do my own on the side as well. Actually, my old employer hired me back 1099 and pay me double what I was making W-2 for them. Oh, that's cool. What else did you say? I was a real estate agent developing, and the client acquisition part is the most common part that people struggle with, a specialized skill. Yeah, that's definitely something that actually people really liked when I was interviewing, is the fact that I've worked face-to-face with clients. So if you are job hunting, freelancing does give you a lot of experience. You learn a lot about yourself and how to interact with clients and how to create a like process. You learn about project management a lot. So yeah, great skills that you develop, but it is stressful if that's where your entire income is coming from. Jason says, oh, Jason heading off. Okay, you might already be gone, but yeah, it was good catching up with you. Have fun at the movies. Okay. Oh, Black Knight Coding's in Vegas. That's what's up. How's the weather in Vegas? Probably perfect. It's actually warming up a little bit here in Charlotte. Robert says, I'm a little late, but I think I got the gist, and it's great that you've got that experience, new goals. Thanks, Robert. What's going on with you, though? How's the UX life? Alianza Klein says, hi. Hey, what is up? Nice of you to join us. If you have any questions, video requests, anything like life stuff, if it's too personal, I just won't answer. But like professionally wise and like fitness, whatever, happy to chat. Like this is casual, just want to chit chat with you guys. Let's see. Ian says, cool, look forward to that video. Infamous Writer says, smash that like button for her. Oh, thanks, Infamous Writer. You guys rock. Yeah, likes definitely help. But you guys know the secret? I'm going to tell you guys a secret about YouTube that many people don't know. When people do the thumbs down, like because they dislike a video, it's helpful for the people making the video because YouTube wants to see engagement and like interest. And so if someone's clicking thumbs down, that's like engagement. So it's actually still good. So if you wanted to thumbs down this video, I don't really care. It's still gonna help boost the video. I just always thought that was really funny because people think that they're hurting other people by doing that. Robert Bradford says, super great seeing ya. I'm working on getting out some more consistent videos in UI UX and interaction animation. Ooh. So I did a little research into UI animation. It's really cool. I haven't had the time to actually practice that. So I'm curious, what do you use for UI animation? Are you using, I I know there's origami, and then the other one I was looking at, it's not fireworks. No, fireworks is really old. I mean, I'm about to pull it up real quick. There's like an Adobe one. I'm like totally forgetting that you can use for animation. It's been a while. All right, Black Knight Coding. Awesome seeing ya. Thanks for chatting with us. Ian Heath says, I'm also in Charlotte. Glad to see a week. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ian, you're in Charlotte. That's so cool. Yeah, it's been raining like Seattle here. It's been like, and if it's not raining, it's super gray. But today was beautiful. DS123 says, wee. Oh, where? Typo. It's okay. Where have you been? I've been really busy. I've been like not only focusing on what I want my next steps to be for my career, but just also reflecting on this YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, and dealing with like my fitness injury. Definitely had like some setbacks in life, but it just made me stronger. It made me more passionate, made me more fired up. It gave me more ideas and yeah, growth. Like who doesn't love growth? So yeah, I would say a lot of reflection and a lot of interviews. So start my new job on Monday and all that jazz. I've been busy, 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 busy. Ian says Adobe XD. No, not that one. I don't. You can't do animation with Adobe XD, but you can do prototypes, which I really like. And I need to revisit Adobe XD because last time I did it was super beta, but I know they've made a lot of updates since then. So Robert Bradford says, "Oh, Louisa Graves, thank you so much for the congrats." Robert Bradford says, so there's a book I'm learning called Designing Interface Animation, Meaningful Motion for User Experience by Val Head, which is super helpful. I'm using Prodopi. Sounds kind of funny. Prodopi at the moment and learning Adobe After Effects. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, because a lot of the research I did included tutorials for After Effects. I feel like there's a lot of people in here and not much chatting. So if you guys are not, if you are UX people, UI people, please comment below. Say what's up. Are you familiar with like UI animation, Adobe After Effects? Like what software do you use? Super curious. But if you want to be like silent, I get that too. Let's see. Robert says, "Ooh, I was just going to ask about your fitness journey lately." Um, oh, Robert says it's Protopie, not Protopie. Okay, Protopie. Interesting. I'm glad you clarified that for me. Oh, cool. Louisa says she's learning Sketch. Sketch is awesome. I know like some designers. Oh, and Robert, I'll get back to your question in 1 second. But I know, going back to Louisa, some designers are still using Illustrator, and I feel like that can hurt you if you're working on a team because, from my experience, Sketch is compatible with so many third-party resources and software like Envision for one. I also use Proto.io to make a horizontal scroll prototype, which you cannot do with Envision. At least the last time I checked, I believe the last 8 months is when, yeah, maybe the last year when I try to do it with Envision. You can't do horizontal scroll in their prototyping tool. So there are a lot of integrative software for Sketch. And for research, for those who do UX research like me, like user testing is maybe not Sketch. Envision. User testing is compatible with Envision, but we would build things with Sketch and get that on Envision. So super duper helpful to use Sketch instead of Illustrator for your designs. Okay, bouncing back to Robert, what were we talking about? We talked about Protopie, not Protopie. And you said, oh, my fitness journey. Yeah, so I actually had to hold off on my training. I had a injury that I thought was tendonitis, and I just did um my usual like exercises for tendonitis. I posted a video on how like I typically get rid of tendonitis, but it didn't go away. And I started to experience muscle weakness to the point where I was using like 5-pound dumbbells and like I could barely do push-ups anymore. And before I was doing like 45 to 50 push-ups each workout. So I saw acupuncturist and nothing like worked. And then I finally like talked to my chiropractor on the phone. He asked me to come in, and it turned out that I had a pinched nerve right in like the cervical area, I believe, like my upper body, like upper neck area. And that was creating muscle weakness. And I had that like inflammation and a lot of tightness around like in my forearms and stuff as well. And excuse me, I'm finally getting back to where I am just starting to do upper body workouts now. I think I'm just gonna start doing gymnastics for funsies and see where that leads me. But I still want to do the training for the Battle of the Bars. But I think it's just gonna go a lot slower than I thought. But yeah, I'm just recovering right now. That's why I haven't posted any fitness videos on my other channel or on this channel. But yeah, that's my fitness update. Thanks for asking. Really appreciate that. Um, let's see. Ian Heath says, I use Adobe After Effects, but I've used it for video animation. That and Blender. Blender? Tell me more about Blender. I haven't heard of Blender. Is that new? And Robert, have you heard of Blender? Okay. Someone's asking me who I am, who I am. I am Kristen. Let's see. Skitsandra says it's an open source 3D graphics app. Cool. Actually, I'm going to type that in my browser so I don't. Is it blender.org? Is that what you guys are talking? Oh, Blender 3D, I think is what it's called, right? On blender.org. Yeah, this looks right. Cool. Okay, I'm going to look more into this. I've never heard of it. Oh, so you have heard of it, Robert. Cool. Robert says, I think that was for that person being super disrespectful. Yeah. So, Ian, thank you, Louisa. I really appreciate you reporting that person. Um, Ian, can you give some examples of what you've used it for? If you can verbally, I know it can be hard without giving visuals. I'm really intrigued. Yeah, yes, Gazanda. Yeah, that's what I was asking. It would be nice to have some examples of how you're using it for design. Okay, Robert says seems pretty complex, maybe for third character design. Third, sorry, 3D. 3D character design. My brain just added that extra R. You know, I always wanted to get more into like designing characters. If anyone watches Mackenzie Child, he's a YouTuber, amazing designer. He does like UI stuff, but he does a lot of like illustrations and characters and stuff like that. Ian says, I've done sculpted mock-ups for apparel and basic backgrounds. Okay, super cool. I'm gonna grab some tea real quick. I'll be right back, guys. feel like my screen has gone orange because of Flux. I'm gonna turn it off for an hour. I don't know if any of you use Flux. It's really helpful. I got into it when I was in coding boot camp. Oh, I gotta look away because it like it's bright. Okay, back to normal. So yeah, I got into using Flux when I started coding boot camp because just staring at a computer for so long, it really strains your eyes and it takes out the blue light. So it's really helpful. Ian says also check out 3.js. Writing this down too. So Ian, like, what is your background? Okay, so I wonder if I can share my screen with you guys. I'm using the YouTube platform, so I don't know if it lets me. No, doesn't look like it lets me share my screen. So you'll have to go to 3.js by yourself. So I'm looking at it right now. It's pretty cool. Whoa. This is crazy. Okay, you guys, seriously, I am so sorry I cannot share my screen. Holy crap, this is cool. Okay, so Robert says, wow, that's pretty neat. I'm actually really interested in that. I sketch characters pretty regularly, and it would be great to bring them to life. Thanks for sharing that, Ian. Yeah, Ian, this is pretty cool stuff. That's why I'm curious, like what kind of work do you do? Like what's your background? Like how long have you been doing it? Right now I'm looking at this car, but it looks like it's just so realistic. And it's like moving and it's kind of making me dizzy. That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna click out for now since I'm on the live stream. So Ian says, I started as a web designer slash graphic designer slash illustrator, mostly did static and WordPress sites before learning Python, Ruby, and more JavaScript. Nice. So what do you prefer to do right now? Or like what are your aspirations? Are you wanting to get more into development? Luisia, I hope I'm not butchering your name, by the way. It's not intentional. Luisia says, try rock quartz crystals and Himalayan salt lamps by computer screen to combat eye strain. Ooh, that's a good idea. Eddie Spaghetti says, what do you think of Django? I don't know. I've never used it. I'm not coding anymore, so I can't really say. But there's plenty of other people on YouTube who are either learning it or can like do tutorials with you about it. Ian says, I want to be a JavaScript focused front end developer. Nice. Yeah, it's really cool. Always said like Jenga. Or man, there's so many other languages I just do not know about because I cannot pronounce Mazanian. Yeah, guys, I am definitely like so deep in UX. It's like sometimes it's a little tricky for me to talk about coding, which is why I always refer you guys to my friend Dylan Israel, who's a great software developer and he's self-taught. But I still like to chit chat and like hear new things going on. So that's cool. Some of the teams I've been on actually had developers who were designers. Kind of talking to Ian on this, but yeah, some really awesome graphic designers and like UI designers have switched to front end development. So that's pretty cool. And it doesn't mean you're not going to be successful in it. I think it's good that you're pursuing it. Got some JavaScript jokes going on. Someone else talks about how they have those salt lamps too. I never thought about them helping with eye strain, but I do know I don't really get eye strain. Yeah, I didn't think about that either. Okay, so Ian says, "Here's another gem I use. Look into Bootstrap Studio." Bootstrap Studio. Okay, typing it into my Chrome. Dang, Ian. I just remind myself of that Daniel, that white Vans thing. If you guys remember what I'm talking about. Interesting Bootstrap Studio, a powerful desktop tool for creating responsive websites using Bootstrap framework. Man, I would have loved to have seen this when I was in coding boot camp. I was all about Bootstrap. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I'm getting a little sleepy. That's why I'm drinking my tea. Oh shoot, I need to close out of Zoom. Let's quit. Excellent. Okay. Louisa says, I am interested in developing an app to assist caregivers managing their daily self care as well as managing their schedules, which is why I taught myself Sketch. Oh, cool. So, assisting caregivers manage their daily self care. That is really cool. So, Louisa, do you work in like healthcare? Is that healthcare? Yeah, healthcare. Is that the industry that you're interested in because you work in it or have in the past? Or Dia says, ew, bootstrap. Bootstrap is fun when you're just starting out. I'm sure you remember those days, DS123. Bootstrap seemed to be like the coolest thing ever. Those of you who gave me thumbs up, you guys are awesome. Very appreciated. Louisa Graves, no, I am taking care of my mom and disabled sister. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything turns out okay. I know it can be really stressful. That's something that my family did for my grandma. We had to take care of her when she had dementia and she had a couple mini strokes. So I'm very aware of what comes with that, like mentally, emotionally, and like the physical work with being a caretaker. Nasby says, you still look nice after this long YouTube pause. Thank you. Skitsandra says, I watched lots of your vids, but never participated in the live chat. See you later. Okay, well, it was fun having you here. Glad you're able to join. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next chat. Okay, guys, let's wrap things up. It was awesome talking to you guys. I'm really glad I did this. Although it was on a Sunday, which I like to do videos on Sundays. In the past, I did. This was really cool. I'll definitely do more of these. And I really want to get a new Facebook group so I can talk to you guys on a regular basis. Like before, it was just really hard because you guys know I went from coding to UX and now I'm like into UX. So I can't really help people who come in the Facebook group wanting coding advice. That's why I always direct you to other people. But it's been great talking to you guys and those of you who are still coding but still watch my videos. You guys are awesome. It's always fun talking to you guys in these live streams. I look forward to making more videos in the future and I'm really excited to be back. So thanks for being on. I feel like I'm rambling now. Yeah, Ian, it was great chatting, learn more about you. You too, Robert, Louisa, Skitchandra, DS123, Edgy Spaghetti. Oh, that kind of rhymes, kind of. And some of you guys, I think you've already like signed off, but yeah, this was fun. I'll talk to you guys later. Have an awesome Saturday. Bye.